Imagine running for your life, every breath sharp in your chest, every shadow a possible threat. The darkness of the forest presses in around you, and the only sound is the pounding of your heart and the crunch of leaves beneath your feet. You are desperate for freedom, knowing that capture means a return to chains or worse. Every step forward is a step away from a life of pain and toward the hope of something better. For many enslaved people in America, the North was not their only hope. While stories of escape to the northern states are well known, there was another lesser-known direction, one that led south. There was a secret path leading south to Mexico, a land where slavery had been abolished and freedom was possible for those who could reach it. This was the Underground Railroad to Mexico, a hidden network of brave souls, secret trails, and safe havens stretching across the southern United States. It offered a chance at a new life, a place where families could stay together and children could grow up free. The journey was long, but the promise of freedom made every hardship worth it. This journey was full of danger. Patrollers and slave catchers scoured the woods and swamps, searching for anyone trying to escape. The threat of betrayal was constant, and the fear of being caught never faded. But the promise of freedom was stronger than their fear. Each person who set out on this path carried a fierce determination, willing to risk everything for a taste of liberty. Enslaved people risked everything for a chance to live free. They traveled by night, often barefoot and hungry, moving silently through forests, swamps, and fields, always alert for danger. They traveled on foot, hiding from those who would capture them, sometimes going days without rest, relying on the kindness of strangers and the cover of darkness. They followed the stars, their hearts filled with hope. The North Star and other constellations became their guides, lighting the way through the unknown. This Underground Railroad was not about trains or tracks. It was a metaphor for the secret routes and the courage it took to travel them. It was a network of secret routes and safe houses hidden in plain sight, run by people who risked their own safety to help others escape. These offered refuge to those fleeing slavery, providing food, shelter, and a brief moment of peace before the journey continued. This story is not as well known as the Underground Railroad to the North, yet it is a vital chapter in the history of resistance and hope. But it is just as important, showing that the desire for freedom knows no single direction or boundary. It is a testament to the human desire for freedom, to the unbreakable spirit that drives people to seek a better life, no matter the cost. It is a story of courage, resilience, and the kindness of strangers, of people who believed in justice, and of those who dared to dream of a world where all could be free. Why did enslaved people go south instead of north? The answer lies in Mexico's history. In 1829, Mexico did something revolutionary. It abolished slavery. This made Mexico a beacon of hope for enslaved people in America. Texas was a part of Mexico then, but things changed when Texas won its independence in 1836. Texas allowed slavery. It later joined the United States as a slave state. This made Mexico even more appealing to those seeking freedom. Mexico was a land where they could live as free men and women. They could own land. They could work for fair wages. They could simply exist without the fear of being owned. The Underground Railroad to Mexico became a lifeline for those yearning to break free from their chains. The journey south was dangerous. Every step was filled with uncertainty, and the threat of capture loomed constantly. Runaway slaves had to move quietly, often under the cover of darkness, and trust that the next person they met would be a friend, not a foe. But enslaved people were not alone. Along the way they found allies, people willing to risk their own safety to help others escape the bonds of slavery. Many brave individuals helped them on their way. These helpers came from all walks of life, united by a shared sense of justice and humanity. These were people of different races and backgrounds. Some were free black people, some were white abolitionists, and others were Latino or indigenous. Despite their differences, they worked together for a common goal. They all believed in the same cause, freedom for all. Their courage and determination created a powerful network of support that stretched across miles of dangerous territory. Tejanos, or Mexicans living in Texas, played a vital role. Their knowledge of the land, language, and local customs made them invaluable guides and protectors. They knew the land well, and could guide the escapees safely. Tejano families often provided shelter, food, and directions, helping fugitives avoid slave catchers and find safe passage to Mexico. Abolitionists, people who fought against slavery, also offered their help. They organized secret routes known as the Underground Railroad and spread the word about safe houses and trusted allies. They provided food, shelter, and directions to those on the run. Sometimes they even disguised fugitives as family members or workers to protect them from suspicion. Even ordinary families joined the cause. They opened their homes, shared what little they had, and offered comfort to strangers in desperate need. Take Matilda Hicks and Nathaniel Jackson, for example. Their story stands out as a beacon of hope and resilience. This mixed-race couple risked everything to help others find freedom. Despite the dangers, they stood firm in their beliefs and opened their hearts and home to those in need. They lived in South Texas and opened their home to runaway slaves. Their house became a sanctuary, a place where hope could be restored and new journeys could begin. Their story is just one example of the compassion and bravery that fueled the Underground Railroad to Mexico. Countless others whose names we may never know also risked everything for the cause of freedom. These courageous individuals acted as conductors, leading the way to freedom. They used secret signals, hidden paths, and coded messages to keep fugitives safe. They were the heart and soul of the Underground Railroad to Mexico, showing us that ordinary people, united by a sense of justice, can make an extraordinary difference in the fight for freedom. Many inspiring stories emerged from the Underground Railroad to Mexico, a lesser-known but vital chapter in the long struggle for freedom. This secret network stretched across hundreds of miles, offering hope to those who dared to dream of a life beyond bondage. The journey was perilous, the risks immense, but the promise of liberty was powerful enough to inspire extraordinary acts of courage. Each story is a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire for liberty, and to the bravery of those who risked everything for a chance at a new beginning. These men and women faced unimaginable obstacles, yet their determination never wavered. One such story is that of Tom, whose journey stands as a symbol of hope and resilience. Tom was enslaved by none other than Sam Houston, a prominent figure in Texas history. Despite the constant threat of violence and the weight of oppression, Tom yearned for freedom every single day. He watched, waited, and planned, holding on to the belief that a better life was possible. When the opportunity finally arose, Tom seized it. Under the cover of darkness, he bravely escaped, making his way across treacherous terrain toward the Mexican border. Every step was a risk, but he pressed on, driven by hope. In Mexico, Tom found not only liberty but also a new sense of belonging. He was welcomed into a community where he could live as a free man, and where his talents and courage were recognized. Tom went on to join the Mexican military, serving with distinction. His journey from enslavement to soldier is a powerful testament to his courage, resilience, and the transformative power of freedom. Another remarkable story is that of Sylvia Hector Weber, a woman whose bravery and compassion changed countless lives. Sylvia is remembered as the Harriet Tubman of the Underground Railroad to Mexico, a title earned through her tireless efforts to help others escape the bonds of slavery. Sylvia risked her own safety time and again, guiding enslaved people through dangerous territory, often under the cover of night. Her knowledge of secret routes and her unwavering resolve made her a beacon of hope for many. She faced constant threats, but her commitment to justice and freedom never faltered. Sylvia's courage inspired those around her, and her legacy lives on in the stories of those she helped to save. These are just two of the many individuals who chose to fight for their freedom, refusing to accept a life of oppression. Their stories echo through history, reminding us of the countless unnamed heroes who also made the journey. They embarked on perilous journeys, crossing rivers, forests, and deserts, driven by the hope of a better life and the dream of dignity and self-determination. Their stories are a powerful reminder of the strength and resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Even in the darkest times, hope and courage can light the way to freedom. The journey south was fraught with peril. Every step brought new dangers. Escapees had to be resourceful and brave. They traveled by night, hiding during the day. Some walked for miles, their feet blistered and sore. Others rode horses, their hearts pounding with every rustle of leaves. Some even floated down the Rio Grande River. Legend has it that some even used cotton bales as rafts. Imagine, floating to freedom on a river of cotton. Though the practicality of this method is debated, the image itself speaks volumes about the lengths to which people would go for a taste of liberty. These journeys were a testament to their unwavering spirit. Each mile covered, each obstacle overcome, brought them closer to their dream of freedom. They faced these challenges head-on, their determination fueled by the hope of a brighter future. The United States government was not happy with Mexico's stance on slavery. They wanted Mexico to return the escaped slaves. They tried to pressure Mexico into signing a fugitive slave treaty, but Mexico refused. Mexico held firm to its belief that all people deserved to be free. They refused to be bullied by the United States. They declared that any enslaved person who set foot on Mexican soil was automatically free. This angered slaveholders in the United States. They hired slave catchers to cross the border illegally and capture escapees. But even in the face of these threats, Mexico remained a sanctuary for those fleeing bondage. They stood as a beacon of hope, proving that even in the darkest of times, the light of freedom can shine through. The Underground Railroad to Mexico might be a lesser-known chapter in history, but its impact is undeniable. It reminds us of the power of resistance. It shows us that even in the face of oppression, hope can flourish. The legacy of this Underground Railroad lives on today. In Texas and Mexico, Black Seminole communities stand as a testament to this history. These communities, founded by escaped slaves and their descendants, are a living reminder of the courageous journey for freedom. Researchers continue to uncover more about this fascinating and often overlooked aspect of American history. They are piecing together the stories of those who escaped and those who helped them. The Underground Railroad to Mexico is a story of courage, resilience, and the pursuit of freedom. It is a story that deserves to be remembered and honored. Though the journey was fraught with danger, the promise of liberty fueled the spirits of those who dared to escape. It is a reminder that the fight for freedom is an ongoing struggle. It is a story that transcends borders, reminding us that the pursuit of liberty is a universal human desire. Let us remember and honor the bravery of those who made the journey south. Let us celebrate their resilience and learn from their unwavering spirit. The Underground Railroad to Mexico might be a forgotten chapter, but it holds valuable lessons for us all. It reminds us to fight for what is right, to stand up for the oppressed, and to never give up hope in the face of adversity.